it flies.
It does.
Even on that Wrestle Rock show.
Say,
like,
dude, James has done all these.
Yeah, dude.
I kept on looking at the time and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really? And
It flies by so fast, man.
I feel like we talked about one thing. Like, you know?
It was 8:11. I was like, what? I'm like, all right.
Shit. Boys, we ready? Rock it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Pattison Ave Phanatics Show. I'm your host, Tom Kelly. With me, as always, my main man, Willie Guns.
Yeah.
Joe Marks.
What is happening?
Rick Connor behind the glass, spinning that hot wax, making the magic happen. And my man, James Scores in the house with us.
What's up, Tommy? How you been, buddy?
I'm good, pal. I'm good. Glad to have you in here. So this is the official first week of what in the business they call the dog days of summer, even though we're 19 days out from the official start of the summertime.
And we, like...
Just lost all power, Rick. Anybody else get that?
I did too.
Yeah, got it.
See now? See how normal it sounds now? Where am I? Where you at? Where you at, my precious voice?
Can't hear nothing.
I didn't do anything, Rick.
I didn't do anything.
Shit.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Okay, and it was
Have a great week. We'll see you next
show.
week.
Thanks for the Sixers talk.
There's. Yeah. Oh, there. Okay. All right. Well, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, we're still recording here. We're just not in our own headphones.
Yeah, we just can't hear our sexy voices.
Oh, thank God. I'm kind of getting sick and tired of it. Never mind. Anyway, so yeah, like I was saying, we're into the dog days of summer, so to speak, where it's just the Phillies. And hey, just the Phillies right now isn't necessarily a bad product to be watching. I wanted to get into a little bit more Sixers talk here tonight, and I wanted to kind of get the guys' take on what would you guys do as far as your 10th overall pick. Would you keep it? Would you package it, trade it for another player? I mean, what would you guys do? Me, I'm thinking I would package it. I would take I would take the 10th and the 26th, and maybe try and package them with a player or two, and try and move around either around up and down in the top 10 or top 20, or try and get package them with a player, maybe make a trade. What do you guys think, Joe?
I mean, well, here's the thing: is I'm looking at the draft order right now, and I'm trying to figure out who would be the team that we would trade up to go to trade up for the pick. You got Sacramento, Atlanta, Memphis, Dallas, Orlando, Chicago. I could see Chicago maybe. It's a tough sell. I would love to trade up, but I don't know if the quality of player will be much better. I mean, I can hope.
Me?
I mean, okay, so what would you do?
That 10th pick could get you Kawhi Leonard, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that 10th pick packaged with somebody, of course.
Yeah. I'm saying that's your sell to get Kawhi Leonard.
What about 26 and 10 and a player?
I don't care as long as you get him. It doesn't. I hate the people that say, "Oh, you're gonna do that? You could get a future player, a really good defensive player to trade." Kawhi Leonard's a great defensive player.
We have plenty.
Yeah, too.
And then if I get Leonard, I know LeBron's coming here. So if I can increase the deal to get LeBron James here, I'm doing it.
So we're back up, right? Oh, cool. So I tend to agree with Will. So you think Kawhi coming here first to lure LeBron, or do you think you sign LeBron and then you make your moves. I mean,
I think either or you can do it. I think either or. If LeBron said right away, forget all this talk and everything about me going to the Lakers or Houston possibly, I am going to the Sixers. I'm signing with the Sixers. Let's get this started. Kawhi Leonard's going to be like, I want to go there, but you still have to trade for him. And obviously, that's what I'm saying. Like, you probably should trade for Kawhi first.
Yeah.
And if LeBron James knows, like, if you're in talks with him before this goes down, look, our goal is to get Kawhi here too. You know, the guy that can defend you.
Yeah, it's true.
We're getting him.
Yeah, no, I don't have to face
and
this
also,
guy.
That also helps out practice too.
Right.
Because LeBron's like, yeah, put him on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's going to help. And same thing with Simmons. But you're going to have a guy in practice that can stick most of their ball handlers. I think Kawhi here is maybe slightly more important than LeBron being here. I'm being honest. And I wasn't that way at first. But now I am.
If you had to pick between the two, Kawhi or LeBron, what would you do?
Well, LeBron, I don't have to give up anything. So
no.
As long as I sign him, fine, I got LeBron. I can always probably get another player in here that LeBron could breed into a better player. He's already going to breed Simmons into a better player. But I would say, man, that's a tough decision. I mean, LeBron's easier to sign because there's no trade. But, man, Leonard, he's younger. He's shown that he can play all different sides of the ball. He's a great three-point shooter. He's a great 15-footer. He can drive. He can dunk. He can play defense. He has a 7-foot wingspan. He has giant hands, dude. He's sick.
Yeah, I think especially if you're trying to go over the hump, like LeBron can probably help you out, but Kawhi probably can help you because Kawhi Leonard is him and Popovich and Brett Brown were coaches with each other. So the best bet is probably to get Kawhi here, and Kawhi is young too. LeBron is 33, 34 years old. He's not a kid.
Yeah.
So, especially for me, I think Kawhi Leonard will fit good here with Simmons and Embiid and Sarge. I mean, if you have to trade Sarge for Kawhi Leonard, I think it's better off. But at the same time, I don't want to take the chances with LeBron, honestly.
Yeah, it's as far as bringing Kawhi in, it's already a product of the system that Pop and Brett kind of forged together. Young, like you were saying. That's the thing. Now, see, any other player in the NBA, maybe in NBA history, you could say, how many good years does this guy have left? But with the way LeBron James has been over his career, and now he's playing the best basketball of his career at, what, 33, 34? It's hard to say, yeah, he's only got 2 good years left. I mean, this guy might have 6 good years left.
I think 38, 40 years old is when he starts to decline.
Yeah.
I think he could go 42. I think he could go until he's 42. I really do.
I mean, you got to think.
He takes care of his body.
He's 34, and he's doing 40-something points with a triple-double to carry his team. I mean, if you don't think for a second that that guy's got 4 or 5 more good years left in him, you're out of your mind. I actually wanted to bring this up because I had thought about this when I was watching the Cleveland game the other day, and I wanted to kind of put this to you guys. LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, and Michael Jordan have been brought up on this show plenty of times. If you had your druthers, who's a better, like, the thing that boggles my mind is if Jordan was 34 and Kobe was 34, I don't know, number one, if they would be up for free agency, and number two, if anyone would want to offer them the amount of money that LeBron's going to possibly get. Do you guys feel like in Kobe's time when he was 34 or Jordan's time when he was 34 that he would have merited the attention that LeBron's getting at 34?
I would take Jordan.
Kobe would. I don't know about Jordan. Jordan played all 4 years in North Carolina, so his 34 is a different 34 than Kobe's, where he came right out of Lower Mary. So, me personally, I'd probably still go Jordan.
I go Jordan, yeah.
But
I'll go Jordan.
It's a lot closer than I think
it's close,
I thought
though.
it would be.
I mean, Kobe does sound really entertaining, but I just think MJ on the Sixers just it sounds awesome.
Well, you do realize the Sixers had that pick and traded out of that pick. The Sixers
for Kobe.
For Jordan.
For Jordan?
Yes. The Sixers could have drafted Michael Jordan.
Yeah, was that the That was a dumbass trade. I forget what it was. What was it?
Sean Bradley?
Clarence Witherspoon?
No, for Jordan, no. They had the opportunity to draft him and traded back.
So when they traded back, who did they draft?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I can pull it up.
Yeah, pull that up. That's an interesting stat.
Interesting.
An interesting view that Tommy's talking about, the fact that Jordan could have been, Kobe could have been too, because we drafted Allen Iverson and not Kobe Bryant.
Can you imagine if they had both of them, Kobe and Iverson? But
well, here's the thing: if you drafted Kobe, you would have had a championship because you would have saw such an uprising of his career. He wasn't like the practice talk that Allen Iverson did.
Right.
He wasn't late and all that. He wasn't, he wasn't that me guy. So if you had Kobe Bryant when you drafted him, I think the Sixers might have had 2 championships.
Not to interrupt, Will. The Sixers drafted over Jordan a guy by the name of Sam Bowie.
Yep, Sam Bowie. That's it.
Who?
Exactly.
That's sad.
No, they talk about it often on on sports talk radio and stuff like that.
And the thing is in
Sam
North Carolina, he was a monster.
Oh yeah.
Why would you give that up? Like, that's sad. That really is sad.
It really is.
But at the time, who was our shot guard?
No, well, here's the deal.
Because maybe we felt like shot guard wasn't the need.
So
No.
the Sixers traded out of the number 2 spot. They traded it to Portland. Portland drafted Sam Bowie. The Philadelphia 76ers took Charles Barkley in 1984. Akeem Olajuwon was drafted 1st overall, Sam Bowie 2nd, Jordan 3rd, Sam Perkins 4th, and Barkley 5th to the Sixers.
What player was the Sixers shot guard? Because that means something.
Yeah.
Because it sounds, to me, I feel like in basketball, you sometimes got to draft the guy that you think is going to be the Hall of Famer. Not the guy that necessarily fits with the team or the guy that we need to plug this center, we need to plug this power forward. No, you draft the guy that is a futuristic player that you can build a team around.
That might be good ethics, but that's not how the Sixers always did it.
I understand that, but the reason why they probably they traded back to get Barkley and let Jordan fall to the Bulls was because their shot guard wasn't a spot that they needed to fill.
Right.
I'm interested to hear
Andrew Toney.
Oh shit, he was good.
Yeah.
He had feet problems though.
Yep.
Yeah, so you know what? That dude there's talks about him because my former boss I used to work with, I never knew all about that stuff. I was young when Jordan got drafted.
Sure.
What year did he get drafted?
84.
Okay, yeah. So I was born in 82. I was 2 years old. I didn't even know about that. But my former boss told me that Tony was unbelievable. Yeah. But he had feet problems. So
now, in a perfect world...
So I can see why they traded back. It sucks.
Yeah, it does make sense.
But once again, best player.
The reason why I brought the question up is because I'm like, I don't ever remember seeing a player at 34 being almost like begged upon to go to a team.
No, this is pretty much the first time in, you'd almost say all 4 major sports that something like this is happening.
I mean, maybe Gretzky's different.
Listen,
Yager. Maybe Yager when he was 34.
He's been playing in the NBA since he got out of high school.
Yeah. So
this dude's an older NBA. He's 34, but really in NBA he's like 37, 38.
He's like 16-year pro.
Yeah.
So I mean,
but he's still playing at the top of his game. So hats off to LeBron.
Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, that's why LeBron will probably own almost every career record there is to own because he's gonna. He doesn't have any signs of slowing down.
Listen, if he goes to LA, he's going to have to play just as hard as he is in Cleveland. How he's playing in Cleveland. If he goes to the Sixers, he doesn't have to play as hard.
Right.
He will give himself more years on his career. And man, I hope that's in his head. I really hope that it's not about the environment of LA. It's the Lakers. It's where Kobe was. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Even Wilt went there. You know what I mean? Seriously, the guy's got to look at his career and his health. The Sixers can really help out him.
You have a lot of head cases over.
Not only can he help us, we can help him.
You have a lot of head cases over in LA. I think that would be a problem.
Do you think that he really wants to? Do you think he really wants to play with Lonzo Ball and deal with his father?
No.
You might really see in a World Star that LeBron smacks the crap out of Lonzo Ball's father.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, that's the thing is, I've said this to plenty of people. You know, you have Paul George, you have a couple other people that are going to be coming out on free agency, but if you have the opportunity to get the best player in the world, you go out and get the best player in the world. You do whatever you got to do.
Yeah, and the best player in the world is not Kawhi Leonard. So,
but Kawhi's not
no matter
that
what,
far away.
No matter what I say, you go after Kawhi. It would
Right.
not hurt. You got to beat Golden State. You got to beat Houston. You can't just think about getting to the finals. You got to think about winning the finals.
So Rob Ellis brought this up. I am still worried about, and I think you brought this up too, Tom. I'm still worried about Kawhi's injury. Like, if he comes here, if we give up a lot.
It was a wacky injury, that's for sure.
And I mean, like, okay, what if he's just a shooter? I mean, what if the injury is an ankle injury and he just has to be a shooter?
Well, do you get a chance to work this kid out before you sign him or trade for him? Or
I don't think you can, like, say, go work out for us if they're that injured.
he has to pass a physical.
Yeah.
Because they're physical
That's
involved.
true. That's true.
Taking jump shots, making three-pointers, driving on somebody, laying it up,
Everyone-
taking a screen on.
Everyone has a physical.
Well, then,
so.
no, I'm a physical to all of us is like going to the doctor,
Right.
running on the treadmill and stuff. Does he have to physically do NBA moves?
I guess.
I don't know what a physical
I'm
is.
sure whatever the NBA, I didn't mean to
Right.
cut you off, I apologize. I'm sure whatever the NBA physical protocol is
Right.
to pass,
Right.
I'm sure they do things that would put them in positions to where they could tell if they were able to do
Right.
normal NBA
I'm
movement.
just saying, because they always just say physical. Like,
Yeah.
does that mean the guy runs on the treadmill? The
got a
guy's
hole.
blood pressure's nice? Like, I don't, you know what I mean?
You got a hole.
I'm battling right now, friend of the show, Franny Zane right now. He said Kobe wasn't a me guy, question mark, like drafting Markelle Fultz point guard, already having Simmons, nothing like a #1 draft pick for a backup point guard. And I told him Fultz was drafted because he could play off the ball, a perfect compliment to Ben. And he wrote, at 5'10" in the NBA, he's going to play off the ball, question mark, no shot, I'm taller than him. And then I had to let Franny know that Markelle Fultz is 6'4". So
has a 7-foot wingspan.
I'm sure I'm going to get roasted when he when he.
Here's the thing: is Markelle Fultz is still kind of like unfounded.
So
he's
no,
unfounded.
wait. So Franny's saying shots per game. Kobe took more than Allen Iverson.
God,
let me ask you
it's
guys.
close,
You know,
dude.
that's called dropping the mic
It's
right there.
no,
bro.
it's not. That's very close.
Look it up. Look it up.
Ask-
Somebody
I-
look it
What do
up.
you look up?
Wait a
Shot.
Ask
Look it
the
up.
question.
Look it up right now. Shots per game.
Will, ask the question right now. Do you think that there's a big enough sample size as a professional basketball player, not as a college player? Do you have a big enough sample size so far to analyze whether Markelle Fultz is going to be a good or great basketball player?
It's too hard to tell. Still hard to tell.
No,
actually.
Yeah.
he showed
No,
really
he
good
needs-
glimpses.
He needs time.
No,
to
he
Right.
showed
fix
really.
whatever's
So-
broken.
I
I think he's going
people-
to be a terrific basketball player. I just think that if I need to trade him to get Kawhi Leonard, I'd do it.
I think people are jumping off the bridge on Markelle Fultz, and I'm probably one of them.
I'm not.
Because I think that people are worried about him becoming another Okafor, that he's going to fall into obscurity, that management or coaching will let him fall into obscurity. Listen, if you don't get on the court and you don't perform, you don't move forward.
I think it was a mistake not to have him out there.
I agree,
I
but
think it would have been a huge.
I wanted to
huge
see what he would
disruption
listen.
to the Celtics defense. I really do.
Tom gave me the argument it's the playoffs. Why are you going to play him? Because he's your first overall pick.
Yeah, but Joey, if he wasn't performing at a high enough level to play in the playoffs,
But we weren't
Tom,
performing.
you lost 4 games to 1.
We weren't performing.
It could have helped. It really could have. I'm not saying that you're genius to have put them in game 1, but when you're down, the way they were down, you have to give them a shot.
you
can't plug and play.
You watched what an old, decrepit Dwayne Wade did to Markelle Fultz. What do you think the Celtics were going to do to him? He was not
Dwayne
ready.
Wade did that to a lot of different
He
players.
was not
he just
ready for
couldn't
the playoffs.
consistently do it because of his stem.
I'll take both you women out in the parking lot right now.
Listen, if he's not ready for the playoffs, then how can you value him as a good
Fultz
player?
would defend Rozier better than friggin' Covington.
And who the hell was Terry Rozier?
Scary Terry.
Dude.
But in
Yo, I'll tell you, that dude is a bowler, man.
in transition right
They got
now, I
lucky
still
with
don't think he's
Yeah.
100% comfortable with his shot. I don't think he was comfortable with a shot. I think Brett's seen that. I think he was hesitant in that first round against Miami. And that's what Brett saw.
And I feel like
he's a
he's a head
case.
case.
Rozier looked like Paul Pierce.
Listen, if they still talk, yeah, he did. Actually, to me, he looked like Rondo with a better shot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree with that.
But the thing is,
Well, who's that? Scary Terry?
Yeah. I mean, dude, I was watching him. I'm like, he's the best player on the court.
Yeah.
Like every time he had the ball, I'm like, damn it, and there you go.
Yep.
And then when he had an open three, I'm like, somebody get on him. And Jaylen Brown, wow, he was very clutch.
And,
Very clutch.
And I know you might hate this, Will, but I gotta take my hat off that Tatum. I mean, that's
oh my God, Tatum! I talked about him on last show. Tatum is unreal. Tatum's going to be a superstar.
Yes, he is.
He will. Like I was talking on the show about Kyrie Irving. That was his team. It's no longer his team. To me, it's Tatum's team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Rozier, the Celtics got so lucky this year. They don't need Kyrie Irving no more.
Or
it's
maybe
like
Hayward.
with Nick Foles.
So now you can trade Kyrie Irving to a team that needs him and get something really good.
All right, so here you go, Guns. I have the top 20 list of field goals attempted in NBA history. Kobe Bryant sits at number 3, behind Karl Malone and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Allen Iverson's not even on the list in the top 20.
No, per game.
Field goal attempts, period.
Per game.
What does it matter? You're taking their total number.
Allen Iverson didn't play as many years as Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
That's a great point.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say mediocre at best.
Whatever. I mean, we know Kobe liked to shoot, but at least Kobe's field goal percentage is a lot higher than Allen Iverson.
And one of the other...
Kobe was able to be a me guy because he could shoot. Like Allen Iverson, let's not forget, the guy averaged a lot of points per game because of his free throws, which is great. You know, you're getting guys in foul trouble and you're getting free throws. Free throws is amazing to get.
Sure.
But his shooting percentage sucked. He wasn't a great three-point shooter. You know?
It wasn't.
What was his career field goal percentage? It's like, what, 37% or something?
I think that might be threes, but...
You got a computer in front of you. You can look up a couple of things, too.
No, I don't need it.
Oh.
I already know.
You could just make blanket statements.
I mean,
all right, I understand.
Here's the
No,
thing.
it's because you just know watching sports. You don't always need to find stats. You just know.
Stats,
Kobe
facts,
Bryant.
throw them out the window.
Kobe
My
Bryant,
opinion.
Allen Iverson.
That's
Let's
what
go
counts.
over the list.
So,
Better
so
jumper than a basket, we'll give it to Allen Iverson.
Here's the thing.
As far as free throws and stuff, they're pretty even. They got to the line the same amount of times. Jump shot, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant could dunk. Allen Iverson could dunk if nobody was in his face. You know what I mean? He had like an open, like a fast break dunk. You know what I'm saying?
That's why we tried to more Kobe
defensively, Kobe was a terrific defender, but Allen Iverson was disruptive. Like, he was so fast he could intercept a pass.
Yeah.
You know? But which player would you take in general? Would you take Kobe or Allen Iverson?
Kobe.
Kobe.
All day?
I wasn't making a case to take AI.
No,
over
but
Kobe.
I'm saying Franny's got a point. Like, Kobe Bryant did take a lot of shots and everything, but he made a lot of shots. Allen Iverson, to get 36 points in the game, was attempting more shots than what Kobe would on 36 points a game. And last time I checked, Kobe scored 81 points.
Yes,
in
he did.
Game.
Kobe's up there.
High in his career is what, 56?
Kobe's up there with one of the better closers.
That's up there. We're almost world champion.
Kobe was a three-point shooter. Kobe
81, right?
81.
There's no contest. Like, it's a shame. Allen Iverson is such a great player, but there's no contest between him and Kobe Bryant. So, if Franny wants to say me, you're wrong, Kobe. I don't care then, Fran. Fuck it. Then Kobe Bryant's a me guy. He's better than Allen Iverson. I'm saying I would take Kobe Bryant instead of Allen Iverson in the draft. So that's the argument. You take Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, you do.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing.
Games, set, and match. You take Kobe Bryant.
That's why.
And he came out of high school, so you get a younger player.
From Lower
Merion. It's time to learn more.
Well, that's the thing. That's why hindsight's 20/20, because you want to say, "Hey, we should have taken him," because whether it's Jordan or Kobe or LeBron or whatever, like you want to say to some of those teams, you want to know what that guy's like in 5 or 10 years, and teams try to project it. And I'm saying with Markelle Fultz, like, I worry about him being a head case. And I want him to succeed. I want it desperately, but I just don't know. And the fact of the matter is, when you don't have him on the court, there's no way of finding out. You cannot judge a guy's mental ability by practice.
No, the only way you trade Fultz is for that one player. That's Kawhi Leonard. I wouldn't trade him for anything else unless a team comes to you and says, we just believe in Fultz, and they give you something ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. In that case, see ya.
But right now, the only player that I want to, if I'm going to have to trade Fultz in like the 10th pick, is Kawhi
Leonard.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Now, what do you do for Paul George? So let's say Kawhi, somebody comes in and drops off the Brinks truck of trade material, so to speak, for Kawhi. What do you do then?
So I'm not getting Kawhi, so
No.
I got to go after George.
Yeah. So what do you do there? What kind of move do you make?
I think
same
George is
deal.
still worth getting rid of the 10th pick.
I was gonna say,
Well, no,
do the
George
same
is
deal?
a free agent. George is going to be a free agent.
Okay.
So it would be either LeBron or George, and Kawhi's the other bait. So if you don't get LeBron, do you still?
Listen, I'm going to stop that. I think you're getting LeBron no matter what.
I believe you're right.
I'm tired of people, even on these radio shows. I don't really think he's coming here. Well, what are you, nuts? Dude?
I have this
What are you doing?
terrible-
Reverse psychology shit? Like, get out of here.
I have this terrible fear that we're not getting any of the three, and we're gonna end up with like DeMar DeRozan, and that's it.
Jeez.
Like that's my fear.
So let me put my head between my legs and kiss my ass goodbye.
If you watch that game between the Cavaliers and the Sixers, and LeBron James interacting with Simmons and Embiid, and even J.J. Redick,
Yeah.
he's coming here. He made up his mind already.
And his favorite quarterback is Carson Wentz.
Exactly. He's already hinting everything.
All right. So let's kind of hit a little. I'm trying to keep an eye on the time here. Fast forward. Are you guys surprised at all about Boston, Cleveland? Will, I know you're not. I know you said Boston was going to come
I
out.
said Boston was going to beat them. Not only am I cheering for Boston, I said Boston was going to beat them.
I'm not at all. LeBron can't do it all by himself, and he's realizing that big
it's
time.
the way that team's playing. Like he was saying, and together, me and him, Rozier, they got so lucky with that guy playing it. His fourth quarter stats are sick.
So
they're with LeBron right now.
let me pose a question real quick, and we'll go around the table, and everybody can answer. Boston, next year, Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward coming back. Is there something about the chemistry of this Boston Celtics team that they're not going to have next year when those two come back? Or are they going to be a friggin' juggernaut for years to come?
There's an issue with that because if they go to the finals and they get their asses handed to them by either Houston or Golden State, then they're going to say, you know what? We had Kyrie and Hayward. We would have been better off. So I feel bad for the guys that are playing their hearts out right now, but I don't see that Celtics team beating Houston or Golden State.
Right.
Maybe Houston.
I don't see any team in the East beating any.
But the thing is the Celtics right now, their defense, defending that perimeter, is insane right now. Like every single time a team tries to screen, they got a guy going to intercept that pass. And I noticed it all the games against us, and I was screaming at the TV like, you got to change your game plan. Golden State would do that, and so would Houston. Cleveland's not. Because Cleveland's head coach he doesn't know basketball. I'm sorry, he doesn't. He's got LeBron James. That's why he's got what he's got right now.
I feel like there's a nutshell answer to this, and it's one player cannot beat a team. And Boston is playing like a team, and you have LeBron that is playing like out of his mind to just try and carry his team past things. I think with Hayward and Irving coming back, I think it's going to be a juggernaut. But I also feel bad for like guys like Tatum and Brown and Rozier, because I feel like some of their minutes and stats are going to be limited, and they may become frustrated.
I think teams, if Boston decides that Kyrie Irving is their starting point guard, which they probably will, Kyrie Irving's amazing.
Right.
Rozier's going to another team.
Right. I mean, if you pick
trade me,
if you have the choice,
I'll take Rozier.
If you take. I mean, right.
As the Sixers right now, I can take Rozier.
But I'm saying if you're Boston,
I would.
If you're Boston, you're picking Kyrie over Rozier every time. I mean, it's not even a choice. But do you pick Hayward over Tatum, knowing what Hayward's coming off of?
I don't know.
Who knows if Hayward's going to be like 100% after that horrific injury?
That was hard.
Yeah,
I will say this right now: Hayward's getting traded.
I think it could happen.
Yeah, I think it could happen.
You can't take this Tatum kid out of his game like that.
Go with money. Go with money on the table that you have.
Such good shape, man.
But where do you see Hayward going?
Because we got to compete with them.
Yeah,
I could see him going to like somewhere like Phoenix, somewhere in the West.
I could see him going to Phoenix. I could see him going to Houston.
But for what? I mean, here's the thing.
I could see him going to Cleveland. After they lose LeBron, I could see him. I could see him going to Cleveland.
The only reason why I couldn't see him going to Houston is
I lose LeBron. I fill in with Hayward. That's not bad.
No, it's not.
And then I might even try to get Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, bring him back.
Why not? LeBron's gone.
I can't see Kyrie wanting to go back there, but if that worked, that worked. By the way, Kobe Bryant per game 19.4, Iverson 21.7. So I mean they're in the same ballpark.
Okay, but Allen Iverson at the end of his career was on the bench. Kobe wasn't.
Allen Iverson was also on the Nuggets.
Kobe took a reduced role, big time reduced role.
At 1 year, in 1 year, Iverson at the end of his career played 3 seasons where he was coming off the bench.
As a Denver Nugget. I mean, it's
and
not...
a Detroit Piston.
And a Detroit Piston.
That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, is there a way you could look at stats when he was in his prime on the Sixers, doing what he was doing?
I don't know. I would like you to pull those stats up, because Franny just killed himself to get these stats.
But tell Franny to do that then. I mean, Franny's the one that's arguing this. I mean, I know Kobe's a me guy, but at least the dude could shoot. Like, he can make those shots.
So I'm going to placate both the arguments. Both players were me guys. But they both got the job done when they needed to. So there's not a big argument because of the fact that...
I didn't just mean me by taking shots.
No.
But no, he wanted the ball when the game was on the line. Allen wanted it and Kobe wanted it.
Yeah, and Kobe's got way more buzzer beaters than Allen Iverson. What's Allen Iverson have, 1?
No, he's got more than 1, I'm sure.
I'm
sure he's got more than 1.
I remember when he got his first one, they said, believe it or not, in Allen Iverson's career, he's never had one. He finally just got one.
So who
was it again?
Kobe had a buzzer beater every other night.
Wait a minute. So you guys criticized that Sixers team by having no one else but Allen Iverson. So who else had the buzzer beaters on that Sixers team? And there had to be more than one buzzer beater.
Corver was one in triple overtime against the Celtics in 2006.
Yeah. And I still can't believe with...
Shit, Aaron McKee had a few buzzer beaters.
That's right.
How much...
Eric Snow with the ugliest release on planet Earth.
How much they said, we love Kyle Korver,
he made the NBA.
But we're okay without him.
He made the NBA by playing defense.
I love how they were so high on Kyle Korver and then we're okay. We're okay without him.
Yeah,
and then he goes
why did they trade him?
Yeah. It's like, okay, you're good. We don't need you anymore. That's okay.
Or maybe we do this. Look at Kobe's MVP season, like his best season ever, and Allen Iverson's, and see how many shots each one took.
Kobe probably had more.
Yeah, obviously. No. Allen Iverson did. Sorry.
Well, you got to remember the year that Allen won the MVP, he won scoring title.
So you think Kobe took more in his MVP season than Allen Iverson did?
Well, remember when Allen won the MVP.
I don't know actually. I could be up like.
Dude, I've seen games where Allen Iverson took 36 shots, dude.
Yeah. Well, you got to understand.
And only walked away with like 33 points or something.
So
his shooting percentage sucked. It was all about taking a ton of shots. He used to get a lot of steals, and he used to shoot a lot of free throws.
I'll change it a little bit up and in this way. Who needed to be a me guy? Allen or Kobe?
I would say Kobe.
With Shaq?
How many championships has Allen Iverson won?
No. I said who needed to be a me guy. Like, look at the team that they were on. Who needed to be?
I feel like both of them needed to be, but if you had to say one, obviously Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Because, I mean, you had Shaq and a couple other role players like, Rick Fox.
But Shaq couldn't win with Anthony Hardaway, but he won with Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
So you have to look at it. Hardaway is a great player.
Well, I mean, you also
Kobe was a different type of player. Kobe was very Jordan-like, man.
I mean, also AI went deep in the playoffs with Andre Miller.
LeBron's different than all those guys because he rebounds and he gets a lot more assists.
Yeah.
But Kobe Bryant scored more than LeBron. He's a better scorer. So they kind of even out. Like, could you imagine playing on FanDuel and having Kobe Bryant that you could always put in there?
Yeah.
Everybody would buy him. What would he cost? You know what I mean? Like 11,000?
Okay, so what's
what I'm saying? Easily.
Will, what is your dream lineup for next year for the Sixers?
Yeah, buddy.
Dream lineup?
Yeah, what's your dream lineup?
Obviously, Ben Simmons is my point guard. Shot guard. Kawhi Leonard could play shot guard, right?
Yes.
LeBron James after that. Joel Embiid. Dario would have to play power forward.
Oh, okay.
Could he? You think Dario can play power forward? He's a hell of a rebounder.
Yes, he is.
He's not a bad rebounder.
No, he's not.
You know what? I'll do that. I'll do Joel Embiid center, power forward Darius Arch, small forward LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard shot guard, point guard Ben Simmons. Wow. That's a scary lineup.
Yes, it is.
That's scary. Good luck, NBA, defending that team.
I have maybe a bit
Just think, Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James on the court together.
Team.
And I'm not even mentioning Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid right now.
I mean, I have a pretty similar lineup than that. I mean,
you're going to be the best rebounding team. Sorry, Joey. You're going to be the best rebounding team in the NBA because you got LeBron James now. You're already number one in the NBA in rebounding. Now you got LeBron James. You got Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
Leonard's a rebounder. It's scary. Like, you have to... If the Sixers we're not getting ready to do this, they have to do this to win the finals. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. You're just throwing a team together that's going to get a lot of wins, sell a lot of tickets, but at the end of the day, they're not winning anything.
So I want to hear from Tom because you put it up on our Instagram what your dream lineup is.
Well,
and I want to hear from you.
Well, my dream lineup's
he has Paul George in his.
My dream lineup's a little far-fetched.
Far-fetched, but I'll still take it.
Let's hear it. It's fine.
So, the details and how you would make that work are a little bit fuzzy.
You need Howie Roseman.
You would definitely need Howie Roseman.
Yes, you do.
To come in. But why can't you go get all three of these guys in the offseason? Why can't you bring in Kawhi, which leads to LeBron, which then maybe leads to Paul George going well?
Yeah, but what's their positions? Tell me their positions.
So I thought about this a little bit.
You would make LeBron James play power forward.
He
can play power forward.
He can. So, but I mean, you got to think offensively. Ben Simmons is running the point, but defensively, Ben's guarding the 4. He's not guarding the 1. So you know
LeBron James point guard.
So you have some room to move them around. Now you would keep Ben at point guard. You can't take him off his natural position.
LeBron would defend the point guard.
Yeah.
No, I would rather have LeBron defending the small forward.
Okay.
So like I said, it's a pipe dream, but ideally, any one of these three pieces.
Well, let me explain. So, JJ Redick, I'm gonna crunch some numbers for you guys. JJ Redick, $23 million. You have Covington and Bayless. That's another $21 million. So there's your two max-ish deals. Now listen, for that to come true.
Joe, can you give me 1 second?
No problem.
Because on the line right now is hopefully will be a friend of the show for a long time to come. One of the hosts of the 97.5 The Fanatic Morning Show, Bob Cooney's checking in with us here on the Pattison Ave Phanatics Show. Bob, thanks for checking in, brother. Yeah, man. Yeah, we're just hanging out, talking a little round ball. We're getting into the dog days of summer where it's tough to find things to talk about.
Welcome, Bob. It's a privilege.
Yeah, man.
We appreciate it. So, Bob, real quick, starting the show, I asked the fellas, and I'll ask you too, if you were the 76ers, shoot, fire away.
Absolutely.
It happens
Absolutely.
early and often, Bob. Early and often. I mean, you should see the empties that are sitting in front of us right now.
Yeah, No, tell them to just watch the YouTube video.
Yeah. There's a YouTube video. If you don't believe us, you can check it out. But anyway, so if you were the 76ers with the 10th overall pick, Bob, what would you do with this pick? I mean, a lot of projections are going for players that I don't know if they necessarily fit what we're trying to do here. What would you do? Yeah. I've heard that name. Yeah.
So I wanted to, while you bring that up, I wanted to bring up Trae Young. He's a perimeter shooter. I don't like the way his shot delivery goes down. Do you think he's a good enough defender?
That's interesting. And Colangelo, I got a little stat here. It was put up on social media, and I kind of stole it and ran with it. But it looks like Colangelo draft history between 8 and 15 hasn't been too bad. Steve Nash at 15th in '96, Sean Marion at 9th in '99, Amari Stoudemire at 9th in '02, and DeMar DeRozan at 9th in '09, and then Ed Davis and Terrence Ross. It kind of diminishes a little bit there at the end, but he seemed to have some success drafting in that 8 to 15 window. I mean, do you leave it up to him and just leave it up to chance? And like to piggyback off the question you were asking, are we, building for now or are we building for the future? Obviously, if LeBron James is coming here, you're trying to win next year. With Kawhi or a Paul George who's younger, you're building towards a slower build towards, I don't want to use the D word, dynasty, but that's a team where the sustained success. So I don't know what their mindset is up in the front office. You probably know better than us. Yeah. Well, you got something for
So we were talking about before you called in was getting Kawhi and Leonard and trying to have LeBron James also on the same team. And to get Kawhi, you do have to trade that 10th overall pick, obviously, and probably Markelle Fultz or maybe even Darius Saric. But like we said, winning now, that's what you would do. But if you decided that if you want to breed these players more, maybe get Leonard after his 1-year contract that he has left, then maybe you can rebuild the team to win more championships than they can if they just got LeBron now and possibly only win one.
Heard that.
Right. Well, you got me, man, right there. You actually just coached me on something right there. I'm now a fan of signing LeBron James and doing something with that 10th pick in the draft instead. You know, because you can still win a championship without Kawhi. You got LeBron James, and you have Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is only going to get better. You know, he's not going to turn the ball over as much. And Fultz, you still have him. You never know what Fultz is going to be. And you'll still have most of the team. So thanks, Bob, and you really gave me some good info there.
Joe, you got something for Bob?
Yeah, I have one thing. So I wanted to know if we're going to do something with the pick, and we're going to try and make something happen in the draft. This was brought up earlier in the show. Do you even try and move up to try and get a better quality player? You think like from like 1 to 10 or 2 to 10, it's pretty much the same kind of player you're going to get. Well, I'm trying to figure out, because the Sixers have 6 picks. If you are saying, okay, we're building to the future and we're going to try and sign LeBron because getting Kawhi is too expensive because we're not going to get Ben. I'm kind of agreeing with you, and I've also kind of been coached. Do you try and make the best of the situation? We're not going to get much out of 26. We already have guys coming over like Korkmaz and whatnot from Europe, and we're going to have a lot of people, you know, in and out. So not everyone's going to make the team. You can only like dress a certain amount of players. So you're not, whoever you draft with 6 picks, you're not going to draft 6 players. If you package things and move up, is it worth moving up? Because you probably aren't going to be able to, with what they have, move up to number 1. So that's why I was saying, is 2 through 9, is that any different than drafting the guy at 10? Yeah. Do you? I just wanted to know, like, do you think that it's, for any player that's out there, do you think it's worth that price tag?
Exactly. Yeah,
I'll be honest with you, Bob. I haven't even really been paying attention to what the draft. All I've been worried about is signing LeBron James and possibly trading away the 10th pick and some other players for Kawhi Leonard.
Nah, I've been in front of the laptop for a couple of days. I'm like, can we package 38 and 39 and move back into the 20s?
I want the killer bees. I want the killer bees in Philly. I want Bridges and Brunson.
One of theirs.
And now your next year's first ain't nothing because they know you're going to be over a 50-win team.
Yeah.
So now that's going.
Yep. Because, absolutely. Well, look, Bob. You got it. That's kind of where we're going. Well, look, thank you so much for your time, Bob. I appreciate you popping on for us here. Everybody can check out, Bob in the mornings on 97.5 The Fanatic. Bob, what's your Twitter handle so our followers can check you out? You got it. Well, Bob, thank you from my man. Thank you so much, Bob. You have a good weekend, brother.
Take care, Bob.
Later, Bob.
All right. There you have it, folks. Bob Cooney checking in with us. Bob was a beat writer for the Sixers for 10 years. I mean,
I'm saying it felt good to talk to someone like
little education by
Bob laying it down.
He's got
education.
He actually schooled me, dude. I'm a fan more of just signing LeBron and possibly using my 10th to
wow.
I school you on a daily basis, yet I don't get the respect.
Bob's
Bob
not in the studio and he might.
You school me on drinking, Tom. That's it.
Well, anyway, look. We're running low on time. I'm skipping the Phillies this week. They're playing great.
As usual.
5th best winning percentage in all of baseball. 5th best record in all of baseball.
And second in the league in batting average.
Leader in batting average with a double rare.
And first in the National League.
Everybody's showing their research.
Second in wins in NOLA. So you're good.
42-game hitting streak or on base percentage by a double.
Google me.
That was my guy. Oh, double me. So anyway, we're gonna roll into the Sixers. Sixers. That's the Eagles. Sorry, I'm looking at my screen, not at my paper.
That's hilarious that you just said that.
Yes, it is.
We're gonna roll into the Sixers again.
Why not, right? So we're gonna go wins losses this year for the Eagles, and we got about 5 minutes left, so we'll kind of keep it moving here.
I didn't even do that, Tommy.
All right, well, I'm gonna shout them out to you, and you're gonna tell me what you think.
Okay.
Right,
First game of the season, Eagles Falcons.
Win.
Is it home or away?
It's home.
So
Depending on hesitation.
It's home.
I got a loss.
Prime
a loss.
I got it as a win. It's home.
Yeah.
It's your first game. Is Wentz starting?
No.
We don't know.
Probably not.
You get Nick Foles coming out there after he just
Super Bowl MVP. Nick
Atlanta
Foles
played him pretty good in that game, so I don't know, man. That's
Dude,
a tough.
look, your banner's getting raised. There's ring night. Tend to be a little bit of a
If they
letdown.
lose that game, does it hurt them?
Oh,
Does it hurt them? Does it hurt them?
So let's go on to the next game.
No, but
Yeah.
Tom, just real quick, does that hurt them?
You will tell by my picks
Yeah.
over the next 5 games. Let's go with Eagles Bucks.
Win.
Home or away?
Way.
I don't know who my quarterback is, man. This is tough.
I got it as a win. You could bring you in as quarterback, and they've beaten the Bucks. Eagles Colts.
I'm sorry. That's going back. Vinny Curry.
Andrew Luck's a starting
And Bo Allen.
quarterback.
Vinny Curry and Bo Allen.
Andrew Luck's a starting quarterback. I got that as a loss. So
Yeah,
far,
me
I'm
too.
2-1.
No,
I would say they win the first two.
I
They
got
lose to the Colts.
I got
got
that.
a win.
I got that as a win just because the Colts defense.
All right, well, that's
Yeah,
not
fair.
that's suspect.
Eagles Titans.
Loss.
I got that as a loss.
I got that as a win. The guys on the Martin Mariota train or
That's
what?
a win.
Yeah, it's a loss for them.
I don't think the Titans
Eagles.
are strong at all.
Eagles Vikings.
Win.
I think
Loss.
that's a win because
Loss.
it's at home.
That's a loss.
Yeah.
It's at home.
I'm going win. Well, here you go. Eagles Giants is the next game. I
Okay.
got that as a loss.
Win.
I got
Win.
that as a win.
Saquon Barkley's going to run all over us.
But I don't
have
think it's going to be
readjust.
then.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't think
true.
it's going to be then. I think it's going to be later.
So Eagles Panthers game after that.
Smoke job. They're going to blow the Panthers away.
It's a tough schedule.
I got it back-to-back losses. Giants Panthers.
Who the Panthers guy?
Torrey Smith.
Exactly.
I'm not a fan.
Exactly.
I'm not a fan.
Thank you.
I'd say win. We seem to
Win.
play well against them. I'd say win.
Eagles Jags in London.
Win.
Win.
Loss.
Win.
No, wait, loss.
Win.
Did you just say that's a loss?
You want to know why I say it's a win? Because
You're lucky Michael
we won
McCann's
the
not
Super
listening
Bowl.
right now.
The crowd's going to be behind us. You understand? When you're
Yeah.
there, they're not cheering
No.
for the Jaguars
Yeah,
at
they are.
all.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. Jags have played 3 straight London games.
I
3 years
don't
in a row.
care. And how many Super Bowls did they win? 0. We just won.
It's a home game for the Jags.
Wow. No,
a
it's
home
not.
game for the Jags.
How much you want to bet they cheer more for the Eagles?
Next game after that, Eagles Dallas.
That's the game Carson Wentz is going to come back. Win.
That's a win.
I like that hot
And that,
take.
and that may
I got that as
actually
W.
be, and I'm going to say this,
And
that
after
may be
Dallas's
record
draft-
setting.
It will be 11 months since he injured it. It'll be on Veterans Day, and number 11 returns.
Wow. I
Hey,
like that
now.
very much.
Somebody sleeps well.
Eagle Saints.
That's a loss.
I got that as a win.
I got that as a win.
What's that?
Kamara,
Eagle Saints.
No, I think that's a loss.
that's
Okay.
in New Orleans. It's going to be with Kamara. They've reloaded.
Yeah, and what did we do with our defense? We beefed it up.
Eagles Giants.
That's where I
Win.
think it's a loss.
I think that one's a win. I think they readjust and get the win.
Win.
Eagles Washington.
That's a win.
Win.
Yeah.
W.
At Washington,
Eagles. I'm not sure.
Does it
I didn't
matter?
go
No, it's
the
in,
way.
it's in here.
I think they're going to split with Washington. I don't think they're going to beat Washington both times.
Second meeting with Dallas. Eagles Dallas.
Oh, what did I say first? I think that's a win.
Ezekiel
I
Elliott,
think they
Dallas-
lose this one.
Dallas is still going to
They
make one
split
lose.
Dallas. They split Dallas.
You
and
know
then
what?
split the Giants.
If they're winning the Super Bowl and everything, and the conference that teams are going to play with, and Wentz is in there, I'd say win.
Yeah.
I got them
Yeah, I think it's a
splitting.
win.
I got them splitting with everybody but Washington. Eagles Rams.
That's a win.
Loss.
Win.
Loss.
Okay. All right. Now, here's the gray area because if they're up in the division, these games could go either
Yeah.
way. But Eagles Houston, I got them winning against Houston. I'm sure at that point, what's his face will be hurt.
JJ Watt.
JJ Watt will be hurt.
Yeah,
by the
Watson,
I had a lot of
Deshaun
people, I had a
Watson.
lot of Texans fans on Twitter go after me on that
I got you.
because I said he was trying to recruit that safety. I forget his name. Doesn't really matter what his name is, but I was just like, yeah, come here, so you could be on the IR with me.
And
People
Well,
hated it.
they did get the Honey Badgers, so
Eagles
it's gonna be-
Washington, last game of the year.
That's a win. That's a win.
Even
I
if
mean,
even if your second string team's in
Is
there.
Wentz going to
Yeah.
play that game if they clinch the division?
That's what I'm
Loss.
saying.
Doesn't matter.
Loss.
I mean,
Loss.
you put your Super Bowl MVP.
It's a loss. Washington's not a bad team. Why do you keep on sitting there saying like they're a bad
Okay,
team?
Well,
But-
we'll see what they do with Alex Smith.
Here's the thing: is Alex Smith is a different system.
Yeah, and they got
Rick, how we
Thompson.
looking?
They got Thompson coming back.
All right, guys. Well, look, we flew through that show. I want to thank Bob Cooney for calling in. I want to thank James Scorza for sitting in the studio with
Thanks
us.
for having me,
We
man.
really appreciate it. That these hours fly, so I'm
You
sorry.
enjoy yourself, dude?
Yes, I did. It was
Nice.
awesome.
Other than being creeped out by Will, I think he had a great time. But anyway,
I think I was his favorite person on the show. Are you kidding me?
I agree with you.
We're family. What the hell are you talking
For James Scorza, for Willie Guns, for Joe Marks, and for Rick Connor behind the glass,
Peace out, Philly.
I'm Tom Kelly. This is the Pattison Ave Phanatics Show, and we're out!
about? Later.
Did you like it, man? Good.
Yeah, it was good, man.
Dude, thank you for coming in.
You got it, buddy.
You are more than welcome anytime.
I guess Bob was kind of lit in the air.
Yo, I'm telling you.
He was lit in the air.
When he came at you, dude, I was laughing my ass
I was
off.
like, okay, and Will's doing this. Calm down. Calm down. He's a professional. Calm down.